Hello student, myself Digant Sakhiwala. I am your science sir. Today we will continue chapter number 3, metals and non-metals. Dear student, we are going to learn some chemical properties of the metal and non-metal. So last time we learned about the physical properties of the metal and the non-metal. Okay, so we will start today the chemical properties of metals. Chemical properties of the metal. First property is that electropositivity. Okay, last time also we discussed all the metals have the tendency to lose the electron because their outermost orbit contain less than 4 electron. So it has low ionization energy, and because of that reason it remove the electron, it lose the electron very fast, and because of that reason they are electropositive element. Okay, metals are electropositive in the nature. Reaction with the oxygen. Okay, most of the metals are positive in nature, so they react with the oxygen because oxygen is the electronegative element. Oxygen has 6 electron in outermost orbit. It is more than 4, so it has tendency to gain the electron. So always electropositive element react with electronegative element. Okay, metals are electropositive element and oxygen is electronegative element, so they react with each other. Metals plus oxygen give metal oxide. Okay, magnesium when burned in the air, it make the 2 mole of magnesium oxide. When 2 mole of copper react with the 1 mole of oxygen, it make the 2 mole of cupric oxide. Okay, this is called cupric oxide, and Cu2O is called cuprous oxide. Okay, most of the metal oxides are basic in nature. Okay, in that 2 exceptions are there. One is aluminum oxide and zinc oxide. They are amphoteric in nature. Amphoteric in nature means they can act as an acid as well as base according to condition, and most of the metal oxide are basic in nature. 4 mole of aluminium plus 3 mole of oxygen, it gives the 2 mole of aluminium oxide. Okay, now this aluminium oxide can react with the acid as well as base. So 1 mole of aluminium oxide react with the 6 mole of hydrochloric acid, it produces 2 mole of aluminium chloride plus 3 mole of water. Okay, so you can see here it react with the acid. Now same way aluminium oxide react with the 2 mole of sodium hydroxide, gives 2 mole of sodium aluminate plus water. So you can see here the aluminium react with the both acid and base, so it is a amphoteric in nature. Same way the zinc is also amphoteric in nature. Most metal oxide are insoluble in water, but some dissolve to form the alkali. Alkali is the Arabic word, its meaning is that as of plant. Okay, like Na2O plus H2O gives 2 mole of NaOH. Okay, sodium oxide react with the 1 mole of water, gives 2 mole of sodium hydroxide. So generally all the metals are insoluble in water, but whenever they make metal oxide, okay, when they make the metal oxide, this metal oxide are dissolved in the water and they make the metal hydroxide. Potassium, 1 mole of potassium oxide react with the 1 mole of water, it gives 2 mole of potassium hydroxide. You can see that now potassium hydroxide is what? Dissolved in the water. Okay, and it is alkali in nature. Alkali in nature means what? Basic in nature. It turns the red litmus paper blue. Sodium and potassium are very reactive. Okay, so generally they are kept in the oil or they are kept in the kerosene. Only reason is that if they come in contact with the air or oxygen, then it easily catch the fire. Its reaction is highly exothermic. Exothermic reaction means what? The reaction in which heat energy is produced, that is exothermic reaction. Okay, so they are kept in the kerosene. Reaction with the water. Okay, some metal react with the cold water because that metals are very reactive. Some metals are not that much reactive, they react with the hot water, and some metals are somewhat not reactive. Okay, at that time they react with the steam of the water. Okay, metal plus water give the metal oxide plus hydrogen gas is produced. This metal oxide is dissolved in the water, then metal hydroxide is obtained. Okay, so we will check here. Potassium and sodium is highly reactive, so we can use cold water here. No need to hot the water, use the hot water, but we can use cold water because sodium and potassium is highly reactive, so they easily react with the cold water. So 2 mole of potassium react with the 2 mole of water, gives 2 mole of potassium hydroxide plus hydrogen gas. This reaction is highly exothermic reaction. Heat energy is produced and the reaction is take place by very vigorously. Okay, so you have to take lot of care. 2 mole of sodium react with the 2 mole of water that is in the cold water, gives 2 mole of sodium hydroxide plus 1 mole of hydrogen gas. Okay, we have to take care that this reaction is highly vigorous reaction, so whatever hydrogen gas is produced, that hydrogen gas easily catch the fire. Okay, same way calcium not easily react with the cold water. So suppose we use the hot water, then the reaction is become a faster, then it became a fast. 1 mole of calcium react with the 1 mole of water, that is hot water, gives 1 mole of calcium hydroxide plus hydrogen gas. Okay, hot water, then reaction is faster. Same way when we use magnesium plus water, hot water, we get magnesium hydroxide plus water. Dear student, here because of the bubbling reactions are there, because of that reason calcium hydroxide and magnesium hydroxide are separated, okay, in the solution. Many times whenever we apply the whitewash in the at home, at that time you notice that whenever we put calcium oxide in the water, then automatically bubbles are coming out. Okay, that is the same exothermic reaction. Another thing is that aluminium and iron is not that much reactive, so they will not react with the cold water, hot water, so they react with the steam of the water. Okay, because cold water has less kinetic energy is less, hot water has more kinetic energy, whereas the steam of the water has maximum energy, so it reacts very fast. So 2 mole of aluminium react with the 3 mole of water. Here the water is in the gaseous form or steam of the water, we get aluminium oxide plus 3 mole of hydrogen gas. Same way 3 mole of iron react with the 4 mole of water, gives Fe3O4. Fe3O4 is also called iron oxide or magnetite plus 4 mole of hydrogen gas. Okay, dear student, you have to remember that metals such as lead, Pb, copper, Cu, gold, Au, silver, Ag do not react with the water at all, so they will not react with the water at all. So silver, gold, they are called the noble metals because what happens, they will not lose electron easily, and because of that reason they are used as an ornament. Dear student, we are going to learn more reaction of metal. Reaction of metal with the dilute acid. Okay, metal plus dilute acid gives salt plus hydrogen gas. Okay, but here one exception is that whenever a metal react with nitric acid, at that time hydrogen gas is not produced. Only reason is that nitric acid is act as an oxidizing agent. Okay, hydrogen gas is not produced when metal react with nitric acid because nitric acid is strong oxidizing agent. What is oxidizing agent? The agent which oxidize other and reduce itself, they are called the oxidizing agent, and because of that reason nitric acid convert hydrogen gas into water. Okay, so it oxidizes hydrogen to make the water, and because of that reason here hydrogen gas is not produced but water is produced. Even then magnesium manganese produces hydrogen gas with dilute nitric acid. Okay, so then also if we take the more dilute nitric acid, more amount of water we add and we carry out the reaction with magnesium Mg and manganese Mn, then the hydrogen gas is produced. Most reactive metal produce more hydrogen gas according to EMF series. EMF series means electromotive force series. According to that, the metal which has tendency to give more electron, that is most reactive element. Okay, so according to EMF series, the element which has tendency to give electron very fast, that is more reactive element, and it produces the more hydrogen gas. Copper react with acid, hydrochloric acid or any acid, it will not produce hydrogen gas in the normal condition. Reaction of metal with the metal salt. Reactive metal can displace less reactive metal from their compound in solution or molten form. Molten form means what? It is high temperature convert into the liquid form. 1 mole of Fe plus 1 mole of copper sulfate, that is called blue vitriol, react, it give ferrous sulfate plus copper. Now dear student, here what happen? Fe is more powerful than copper. Copper need electron, Fe give the electron, and because of that reason we get here FeSO4 plus copper. But many time come in the exam, if Cu react with FeSO4, what happen? Copper is not that much powerful to give the electron to the Fe, and because of that reason the reaction will not take place. Okay, so it all depend upon the EMF series. Okay, which element is strong enough to give the electron. Dear student, we want to learn about the aqua regia. Why we use aqua regia? Aqua regia is used to make the salt of noble metals. Which are the noble metals? Gold, platinum, silver. They are noble metals. They will not easily react. So to carry out the reaction, we want to convert it into the salt form, and it will not easily react. So aqua regia is prepared. How the aqua regia can prepare? We take 3 mole of hydrochloric acid plus 1 mole of nitric acid. We get 1 mole of nitrosyl chloride plus 2 mole of water plus 2 mole of Cl. This is called the nascent chloride. Nascent chloride means what? Newly formed chloride. Now this is very reactive. Okay, this chlorine is very reactive. Now it can react with what? Gold, platinum or silver. Okay, this nascent chloride react with the gold, then Au plus Cl, it give the auric chloride, AuCl3. It will not easily react. By the aqua regia only it react, so it make the auric chloride. Same way platinum is also noble metal, it will not react easily. So this nascent chloride react with the platinum and it give the PtCl4, that is called platinic chloride. Most important thing we are going to learn about the reactivity series, reactivity of metal and reactivity series. Okay. The reactivity series in a list of metal arranged in order of their decreasing activity. So we arrange all the element according to that decreasing activity. You can see here potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminium, zinc, Fe, tin, lead, copper, mercury. Here we have silver and gold. They react with oxygen to form the oxide, and down all reactions are there like mercury, silver, gold almost not react with the oxygen in the normal condition. Okay, and they arrange according to displacement reaction also. After performing displacement experiment, the following series known as the reactivity or activity series. Okay, so this all the series is called the reactivity series or activity series. Here some examples are given. To understand, you can arrange so many elements in this way. Okay, and it is called the reactivity series. From that we come to know that which element is more reactive compared to other. Thank you so much.